Good morning, Upper Little River outdoor fans. We are heading out to the property to do a little duck hunt this morning. Just me and my senior dog Hannah. It is 35 degrees and you can't see a thing that I'm doing in here, and that's okay. But good morning. Like I said, we're rolling out to our property. Chilly morning. Got my coffee, got my gun. Trying to do a little lightweight hunt, just hunting a little pocket that I expect some wood ducks to show up at, but if they don't, no big deal, right? We're just going out and having a good time getting out in nature. So we'll walk around the property for a little bit, get set up, and hopefully do well. We'll also try to look at the food plot update near the campsite, so you can kind of see some of the progress and you know, success too. One of the things I went over a few weeks ago was the kind of experiment I was doing with not tilling, and everybody says, oh, no till this, no till that, and you know, I've had some experiences with it, but the version of no till I did this year was really trying to do it with as minimal implements, fertilizer, and disturbance as possible. So I planted millet and sorghum this year, some buckwheat, and when it got late summer, I actually broadcast rye down inside those food plots where the millet was standing, and then mowed it down really low and left a lot of thatch on top, and it's been actually working out pretty well. I've had some really good success so far. So there's my alarm clock to get up this morning. I'm actually leaving a little bit earlier. So we're heading out to the property again. We'll see you out there, and come along for the ride. All right, so sun's coming up here shortly. We're kind of in the swamp. I haven't been out here in a while, and we're just going to kind of see what flies in. This is more of a scouting trip than anything, but a lot of deadfall down. Like I said, I haven't been back here in a while since a lot of these big storms, but we'll do a little bit of clearing after we get done hunting today, and then hopefully get some ducks. We'll see what flies. There, good girl. Good girl. Here. Good girl, Hannah. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Here. Back. Good girl. Good girl. Back. Good girl, good girl. There you go. Back. 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 No, back. Back. Right there, right there. Get it, Hannah. Good girl. Good girl. Here. Here. Good girl. Good girl, Hannah. Good girl. Good girl, Hannah. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well, we're done. Two Drake Woodies. We're done for the day. So, man, that was a pretty quick hunt. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if I was gonna get some ducks this morning. All right, good morning. Matt from Upper Little River Outdoors. This is a very successful hunt this morning. I'm out here with my senior dog. This is Susquehanna, Sweetheart of the South, also known as Hannah in our house. She's 11 years old. She's getting up there in the age, and she had a little bit of problems this morning retrieving some short ducks here. But she did a good job, didn't you, girl? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And you know, she's been a very good dog of mine. You know, I had her after another senior dog that passed away a couple years ago, and she kind of took his place for a while. And then after I got my most recent dog Ruddy out of training, you know, she's kind of slowing down. So we're just looking to get her out when we can, and otherwise slow her down a little bit. But successful morning. 2 Drake wood ducks. A lot of ducks flying this morning. Not a lot of water on my property, which is problemsome, but you know, we still connected. We're on a very small swamp here. These are the old sloughs of the Upper Little River, thus our name. And they fill up with water occasionally once the rains come in. And it's just a good duck swamp for wood ducks, not much else. Some mallards every now and then, a couple widgeon, but we're out here having a good time. We're gonna walk around a little bit to the food plots, see what's going on, and then pack it up and go home, get some coffee, and settle in for the day. We're going to just take a little walk out here. See if there's anything hiding. I'll give you a quick orientation to what you're seeing here. So this was actually a duck impoundment that we built last season, or at the end of last season, and it's gonna work once we get water. We had a really dry summer, and it hasn't been very wet this fall either, but I got my water control structure here, and basically what we do is we pulled all the trees out of this bottom, and when it floods, it will actually flood up to the edge of the food plot here, but gives us about a 2-acre, maybe almost a 3-acre impoundment that kind of slopes down to a deeper area over here to the side. But the slough, when it floods out, it'll actually backfill this area. But again, we just haven't had the water. You know, where you see that water control structure here, that's how high that water will get all the way around, and it was like that last year. So take a walk over here to the food plot real quick and see what we got going on. All right, so it's gonna be kind of hard to see this morning because we got frost last night. It was cold for here in North Carolina. It was down in the high 20s, which is not uncommon for North Carolina, but it's definitely chillier than I've known it to be this time of year. But what you're seeing in here underneath this taller stubble here is rye, and it's growing. It's growing slow, but it's coming up. So all we did this year is we just broadcast on top of the millet and all the other grass we had, and then cut it real short. And as you can see, you know, it's coming up in here. So let's take a walk over here to where I did not think it would be very successful, and see what it's doing. Yeah, some places where that grass was thicker and laid on top, you know, it didn't let the seeds germinate through. But and out here I had some buckwheat, but it was pretty bare, and like I said, we had a pretty good drought this year. So over here, again, I was kind of using this as like a kind of a control, if you will. I had buckwheat growing over here. You can see the little stubbles. That came in okay, but I just tossed rye down to see if it would grow. And there's little spots of it here and there, but I should have tilled it. I really should have tilled it, but it is what it is. Little spots there. We'll come back here, till this up after season's over with, throw some rye down, let it grow like a cover crop, and then we'll seed this out. And this would be a good bow plot. I got a tree stand over there. I got some, you know, trees that will be mature in about, you know, 5-6 years, but it should be a good little spot here. So but this is all a thick overgrown area that we've just been slowly working on. Like I said, we brought a bulldozer, the excavator out here last year, Hannah here, and did a lot of work. So this year's not looking to pay off real well, but I think next year will if we get some rain. We just need a couple good hurricanes in the summertime to throw some rain down on us, and that water will come all the way up to these trees. Be a big plot of food and water and rice. There's lots of millet over there right now, and that'll provide us with a good spot to hunt next year. But a little disappointing, but you know, we'll keep working on it. You know, this property has been a work in progress, and if you saw it when we first moved in here, you probably would have told me not to buy it. And I actually had a surveyor tell me not to buy it because it was going to be too much to survey it, too costly. And with my friend that I've kind of grown close to over the years, Doug Moore, he was my real estate agent. Actually was an agent for somebody else I was trying to buy their property on, but he helped me get to this property, and it's done a wonderful job. So Doug Moore Real Estate in Lillington, North Carolina, highly recommend looking him up if you're looking for a piece of property, trying to sell your house or your own property. But you know, we did a lot of work, he did a lot of work himself to make this happen, so can't thank him enough. And you know, like I said, it's been a relationship that I've been really fond of over the years, because he's also bailed me out of a couple times getting stuck out here. And you know, you don't meet people like that these days. So well, we're gonna walk around a little more and start heading back to the truck. Good morning, got our ducks, and now we'll head back and get some coffee. Well, we probably could have walked across that little part of the river here, or the slough, but we used our kayak today, and you know, it's always fun getting toys out and playing with them a little bit. So Hannah's been a good girl for working in kayaks for the past few years. And you know, one thing I will say that's a good idea is, if you have a Labrador that you're going to use in a kayak, canoe, or whatever, make sure you take them out prior to season and get them accustomed to riding in it. I know from experience, having a couple other bigger Labradors that are a little rambunctious, they will give you a little bit of a ride and have some scary moments while you're in the canoe or kayak with them. And I have had one Labrador flip us over one time as he was trying to get out without knowing. But you know, the other too is the size of your dog's important. Hannah is pretty small, she fits back in here real well. My other dog, Ruddy, he's almost 90 pounds of you know, twisted steel, and he doesn't ride as well back there. He will sit there, but he likes to look around a lot, and that kayak's always doing this, and I'm always nervous I'm going to take a dump. But she's been very good, she's very calm, and she sits there and just looks around. But make sure, for your safety, take your dog out prior to season. Go out in the lake, have fun with them, and paddle around a little bit, get experienced with that dog. Make sure they sit. If they're standing up and leaning over and you lean over, you're probably going that way. So almost to the truck. We're just gonna pull the gear out, head up the hill, do a little more walk around here, and then get ready to head back to the house and get some coffee. All right, so let's do a quick update on the food plot experiment. So about probably 4 weeks ago, I did a video on an experiment I was doing with my food plot by spreading rye and inside an existing food plot, no tilling, just dropping it inside a bunch of millet and sorghum that I had, and then mowing it down. And as you can see behind me, and it might be a little bit difficult because it's frosty, but that rye has come up through all that thatch, and it is as thick as can be. In a lot of places where I did spread it, you know, thick, but I didn't really spread it thick. That's the ironic thing. I put just probably the average amount, probably about 40 pounds per the acre down here, and it looks really good. I mean, there's some weeds in here and stuff, and I'm okay with that. The deer are gonna feed out here regardless if there's stuff in there. But what a great job it's done in the past few weeks, and I've had a lot of deer out here, specifically over in that little corner. where we had a corn pile, but they're coming out here every day. And so hopefully we'll be successful with a bow hunt or maybe a muzzleloader hunt tomorrow, maybe even this afternoon. So key thing is this experiment worked. I'm real happy with it. If you wanted to see the progress, I was also burning down this huge stump, massive stump here, and it's gotten quite a bit smaller. There is some more burning to be done on here, but now it's manageable. I can get in here and do some work, even get in here with a tractor, maybe knock some of that over. But slowly but surely we get this work done on our property here. Walk back over here to where the canoes are at and stuff. So as I mentioned, the way my property set up is it was an area where the river actually flowed through probably thousands of years ago and made a horseshoe, cut itself off, receded, and did it again. So this morning I kind of screwed up. I was actually thinking about setting up over here for ducks, and I have a lot of water here. There is some millet and some rice down over there a little bit, but the ducks landed over here, and I should have set up over here. They actually swam down towards me, and then I was able to get a shot on them. But you know, I planted a lot of millet, a lot of rice this year, and across the way over here, that whole area over there is all millet and rice, but I don't have any water, so it's really nothing to hunt over, unfortunately. It's a shame, because where I'm about to walk right now, if I don't fall, was all water. Probably, let's see where the water line was, up to here. That's the normal water line in this area, and we've had no water here this year, which is a shame, because this is a great duck hole here. But you know, we're gonna go the whole season without being able to hunt the spot, and I feel bad because put a lot of work into this, clearing this area out. And you see all the kind of dried up millet. I mean, there's a big seed bank in here, which will be good for next year. But when this floods out, man, I tell you, the ducks are in here like crazy. The deer, I'm sure, have been in here too, but you know, I'm here for mostly ducks in this spot. So, but it is what it is. But I wanted to thank you for staying with our channel here. It was originally designed just to show my moose hunt in Newfoundland, and I figured, well, maybe some people benefit from my mistakes and successes out here. But this morning, definitely a good success with a great wood duck hunt with my older dog here. I got to spend some time with her. She's happy as can be running around the woods. And you know, I think it's just important to get out here and wherever you're at, get out in the woods, enjoy it. It's a big stress reliever. You know, the weeks kind of lag on for a lot of us, you know, especially in the times we're in, the economy, politics, all the other crazy stuff that's going on here. So it's good just to get out and decompress a little bit, spend some time with your dog, spend some time with your kids. I'm gonna get my son out here next week and hopefully get him on a buck and just enjoy ourselves. We'll be going over some I guess some lessons learned on land ownership, land purchasing. I struggled for years to get to the point where I was actually able to buy some property, and what I realized is it's really not that hard, but you got to put the work in, and we'll go over that too. But I hope you guys all have a good weekend out there if you're hunting, walking around the woods, whatever you may be doing. Stay safe, and God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.